We all know the cool things that can happen when you add highlight powder to soft plastics. You get some of those swirls in there, the light hits it just right, some really sweet effects. And with that in mind, we're going to use the same stuff, only mix it with clear powder paint and see if we can't get a similar effect when painting jigs. Behind me here, you will see that I've got 7 different highlight powders already mixed up in a ratio I will tell you about momentarily, as well as my 8-cup fluid bed set out right here with various different bases. So we are going to demo or play with all 7 colors, but before we do that, I know there's going to be some questions, so let's go ahead and knock those out first. All right, so the questions that I had when I had this idea, when I was trying to work it out, were really 2. One, what was the ratio needed between clear powder paint and highlight powder to get that right effect? And then secondly, can you use a fluid bed to do this, or does it have to be dipped, or would one work better than the other in general? I can tell you right out of the chute, I tried a number of different combos. Some were way too much, some were too little, and where I landed is 8 teaspoons of clear to 1/8 of a teaspoon of highlight. That seemed to give just enough where you could see it without it being overpowering. So what I went about doing, you can see I have all these little test deals here, and I got them all labeled. Basically, I wanted to know if I couldn't put it in the fluid bed, do I have to dip it? And if I dipped it, what is it going to look like? So what we've got here is the Barlow's Tackle Watermelon Black Vein Paint as a base coat, and then blue highlight. The top one here is half the value, so it's effectively 8 teaspoons to a 1/16. This one is 8 teaspoons to 1/8, as I mentioned, but both of these are dipping it, not in the fluid bed, and I didn't care for that. It got way too thick. There's way more, especially on this 1/8 to 1/8 mix. Just didn't like the way that that turned out, but I didn't want to give up on it either. So I have a bunch of these made. I tried it then, the same mixture, right, in the fluid bed to see how it would differ using the fluid bed versus dipping it. And there's the difference. So now you can see this one with half the value, very hard to see that blue highlight on it, but look at this one. Half, or that's the full value, right? 1/8 for 8 teaspoons, and it gives me just enough. Just that little extra shimmer, little extra shine, without it being overpowering. Again, this one just not sufficient. And to compare the two, this is the one that I just showed you out of the fluid bed within 1/8 of a teaspoon. This is the one that I dipped with 1/8 of a teaspoon. How much of a difference that it made. So because I use a fluid bed almost exclusively for everything that I do, I mean, I might use a brush to tap some on top of like a two-tone, but if I'm just dipping, I'm not dipping into a cup. I'm actually going to use the fluid bed. I'm going to go with the full 1/8. If you are going to not use a fluid bed, you may want to consider halving the amount of highlight so that you get something similar to this coverage with less material. So the next thing I wanted to check is if it made a difference if I painted the jigs all at once. So I did the base coat and then I did the highlight right after that without curing the base coat first. So that's what you see here. These guys are just all at once. So this is a green pumpkin with the same blue, just going one right after another. I did not cure that green pumpkin beforehand, as opposed to this one, which I did cure in between, and I did not like it as much. I don't know if it's going to be picked up on the camera as well, but it turned, yeah, see right there? It turned out kind of grainy. Once it was cured, for whatever reason, the paint just did not want to heat up as well. I used more heat on it, kept it on the heat gun longer, and it just didn't take. I don't know what the deal was. Maybe I did it wrong. I don't know. But there was no downside to going right from one to the other. Certainly makes the whole process easier. You don't have to cure it twice. So everything that we're going to do today, you're going to see dip it in a base and move it straight over into the highlight, and then you cure it. And lastly, I'm sure there's going to be some questions about base colors. So just like in the soft plastic world, if you're going to use highlight powders, they always show up better over dark colors. That's when we add that one drop of black to an entire cup that has the highlight in it, and the whole thing kind of comes to life. Same idea here. You're going to want to put these over a dark base. If you want to put it over a light base, you're going to need a lot more highlight powder. So you're going to have to probably have two different mixes. I mean, that's what I would do. Just to give you an example, this is the white with silver vein paint, one of my favorites, and that has that 1/16 of blue highlight in it, and I don't know. I mean, I couldn't hardly see it in there. All right, the highlight powders we are going to mess with today, since I already have the blue one done, we'll go ahead and do that one at some point as well. But we're also going to do gold. I've got highlight orange that we'll play with, highlight copper, highlight red, blue, as I mentioned, green, and violet. You can get just about all these, if not all of them. Maybe not the copper, but most of these you can get at Barlow's Tackle. Be a link down in the description if you want to go pick them up. All right, so first up is going to be watermelon red. So you can see here we've got the fluid bed going with our watermelon black vein paint by Barlow's. And over here, our red highlight floating, no problem at all. In case you're curious, the jig that we're using today is the 1/4 ounce Shake It jig. It's kind of a, I use it as a shaky head jig, but it also has a skirt collar right there, so you can add a skirt if you want to. It's also interchangeable. You can use a flat eye hook or a vertical line tie hook. So very versatile. This is the mold, the Shake It jig by Do It. Also, the clear that we're using is Barlow's Tackle Clear. I get it in the big jugs, a 1-pounder, but you can get it in the 2-ounce containers just like regular powder paint. All right, crack on the heat and let's get one painted. All right, dip down in. I am going to put it back on the heat because it brings that, it brings the etching out. Put it on the heat just for a minute. Down in the red. And there's our final product. You can just see that red right there. You can just see that red coming through. Again, this is a highlight. It's meant to catch the light, not to be super dominant. So if you want more of an effect, obviously just add more highlight powder. Very, very cool. Sorry that the etching comment wasn't in focus. That is true though. When you use these vein paints, dip them, you won't see the veins kind of come out until either you cure it or you can put it back on the heat, and then you'll see those black veins come out, which the black vein will tend to work pretty nicely with the highlight, right? Black and highlight kind of work together. All right, let's take out the red. Swap over for blue, since you guys already saw that at the beginning, but I want to do one with you. So we're going to do blue over green pumpkin with black flake, also a Barlow's color. All right, no more heat on this one, with just straight green pumpkin, and over to the blue. Beautiful. I really like this one. But I mean, who doesn't love a little magic craw? All right, green pumpkin, blue. Look at that. Man, that is a beauty. Love this mixture. It is just right. I know I mentioned an 1/8 of a teaspoon. It was maybe a heaping 1/8. So it's like an 1/8 plus a 32nd. So if you really want to be technical, heap that 1/8 of a teaspoon just a little bit, because I think I went back and added a 32nd of a teaspoon to this mix, which would make it kind of a heaping 1/8. But man, that is killer. Love that. Next up, we're gonna do, June bug with a green highlight. Got you zoomed out on this one because we're going one end to the other. That is cool. Check this out. How about that green right there on top? It's like playing off of the green flake that's in the powder paint itself. Man, does that look nice. There's the other side. Man, that looks good. Really like how the highlight plays off of that flake. I was wondering if that was going to be the case, and we're gonna do that on another one. As a matter of fact, is that next? No, actually the next one we're gonna do is a black base with the copper highlight, and I am expecting the copper to really pop. All right, into the black, and this should go nuts. Admittedly, not as crazy as I thought it would, but man, what a nice look. It's almost like a bronze. So with that black base and the copper on top, you get this really elegant bronzy look. That is really, really nice. Hopefully it's coming through on camera okay. Get you guys a better look. Yeah, there you go. Still very dark, but man, when the light hits it, you get kind of that bronzy brown. That is super cool. So that was a winner. Next up, we're thinking perch. We're gonna go with green pumpkin with orange flake. That's another Barlow's color. And we're going to put a orange highlight on it. All right, got you guys zoomed out again. We're going coast to coast. And there she is, green pumpkin with orange flake with that orange highlight. Not sure what I think about this one, to be honest. I thought it was going to be, I don't know, I just thought it was going to be a little bit different. Can't really tell in the viewfinder as much, but in person, it looks kind of dull. The orange, well, actually, as it sits here and kind of cures a little bit just in the air cools down, it is looking better, but it's not as pronounced as the other one. And interestingly enough, I think, yeah, this was the only one that wasn't, well, there's two that weren't Barlow's. The copper that we just saw, that was actually a BaitPlastics copper, and this one came from, I think, Lureworks, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if Barlow's has one, or if it would look any different. Maybe it's just a combo. I mean, it's not bad, don't get me wrong. I would totally use that orange highlight in other ways as well. And it's starting to, I don't know, starting to grow on me. I guess I just didn't think it was going to mute the flake as much as it did. I mean, you could still see the flake in there, but that June bug, when we put the green on the June bug, it really pulled that flake out and made it look really super awesome. So this would totally fish, absolutely, and I'm sure that there's lots of good uses for the orange highlight. It's probably the one that I've used the least in my bait making career, but I think that would pass for a perch, don't you? All right, next up, PB&J with a violet highlight. All right, into the PB, into the violet. Woo! Y'all gonna like this one. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that violet pop through. Oh my word. Of course, the purple flake in the PB&J does what that June bug did. But wow, this little thing right down here, all of that, see that? How it catches the light, yeah, that is, well, it's just dope. Let's just face it. That is fantastic. This is exactly what I was looking for when I wanted to create these highlight powder paints, to get this kind of effect. Man, oh man, oh man. That is a dandy. Wow. ProTech PB&J with Barlow's Tackle Violet. And violet is one of those highlight colors. Matter of fact, violet in general, like Diamond Pearl Violet and some of the others that I have, it doesn't have the pop. So I thought I was going to have to probably double up the highlight powder on this violet just to get it to show up, and that is definitely not the case. So I don't know if I have just seen the best or if we've saved the best for last, but our last one is going to be Red Bug. So a nice, deep, rich red with gold highlight. All right, here we go. Do we have a creme de la creme? Ooh, that looks nice. Oh yeah. Look at that beauty. I've said it maybe one other time on the channel. I'm gonna say it again. That's sexy. Can I say sexy? That is very nice. Something about red and gold, they just go well together no matter what. If you're ever wondering what to put together in a jig skirt or in a soft plastic, and you want to use red and or gold, use them both, because daggone, they look nice together. And we'll hang that one up. I'll get all of those onto a jig rack here after a while, because they do need to be cured, just like anything else. The clear powder paint with the highlight powder needs to go in your toaster oven, 325, 350 for 20-25 minutes, so that it cures, hardens, and you are good to go. No special instructions with the highlight powder for that part. This has been a ton of fun. So many possibilities. I mean, we've barely scratched the surface. So if this has been of any interest to you, I'd encourage you to go check out the highlight powders over at Barlow's Tackle or wherever it is that you find them. Get yourself some clear and start having fun. So appreciate you coming along with me today. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you guys in the shop.